All right. Now, for those who have coworkers who keep staring at them at work, just use the gray rock method. Now, to be aware is to be alive. You know these people are watching you. You know they're staring at you. Don't show no reaction. Now, you may look at them and catch eye because you know they're watching. You letting them know that I know you're watching me. But don't make a big deal about it. What I mean, don't, man, what you watching me for? What? I used to do that. But they like that because I'm giving them attention. I tell people, some attention, whether it's negative or what, some attention is better than no attention to these dodos. And the reason why I'm going there, because we're talking about grown people who act like kids. Little kids in the single digits, or maybe like 11 or 12, they stare. And they have to be taught to not do that. It's rude. So that's understanding coming from a child. But when we're dealing with skipping the 20 and the 30-year-olds, because we already know they're idiots. But I'm exhausted with the 40s plus. When we have 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds, and 70-year-olds who stare at people, something is going on. Something is going wrong with their spirit. Something something went left with their upbringing. There is no way in heck I'm going to sit up here and believe that this is real. That it's okay to allow 40s plus to be childish. When you stare at people, you are being rude. I'm talking to this 40s plus right now, at this moment. When you stare at people, when you're watching people, and you're watching them long enough for that person to see and notice that you are watching them, and you just keep staring, or you just roll your eyes and turn slow, or you act like you didn't do nothing wrong, I'm here to tell you that that's rude. You shouldn't do that. That's rude and obnoxious. And your mommy or dad should have taught you better. Now, it's either you just didn't listen and you just chose to be hard-headed, or either you hadn't been taught. So I'm here to teach 40s plus. When you stare and watch people, that is rude. Now, the workplace. If you have someone who watches you and stares at you at the workplace, you notice it, but just don't feed off into it. That means that they're wanting something that you have. They're studying you. Now, I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't want to believe that it's just, I need to be flattered because someone may be attracted to me. That's a laugh and a piss of hell. If I have a crush on someone, I may come to him and try to talk to him and try to joke with him or whatever. I'm not staring at you. I'm not watching you. That's scary. I'm not saying somebody may be attracted to you. That's a laugh and a piss of hell. I don't care if it's a man and a woman staring at them, or a woman and a man staring. I'm going to tell you that right now. Don't always fall for that. Because that means that while they're plotting and planning and hating and jealous and trying to sabotage you over there all flatter, assuming that they like you. And you letting your guards down for Satan to send his henchmen to attack you. So don't believe that. If a person hadn't come, and we're talking about 40s plus. So if a grown person hadn't come to you because they have a crush on you, and they like you, if they hadn't come to you and tell you that themselves, hallelujah, and try to talk to you themselves, or approach you at lunch break or after work or whatnot, don't believe the hype. We're talking about 40s plus. We're not talking about children. Don't fall for that. If you have a 40s plus that's just staring at you, now don't give me, I'm excluding the 20s and the 30-year-olds because they're dodos. We know that. And yes, I'm saying that because they still got to learn. And people say, well, 30-year-old, they should know better. Well, today they're slow at it. They're slow at it. So 40s plus should know better because we're grandparents at this age. We're grandparents. So we got 2 generations to deal with on training them on how to grow up. But if we can't do that if we're not knowing how to teach. Because we're acting 3 times the generation younger than them. So to be aware is to be alive. When they're staring at you and watching, that's because most likely they're jealous of you. Now, I have men and women who does this. Now, at the workplace, I got one particular person, and people who watch this video are co-workers and my neighbors. They watch the video. The thing about it, the co-workers who may watch these videos, they know what I'm talking about. Huh? I'm not even talking about strangers on the street, people who I meet at the store that I give these channels to, and my neighbors. My co-workers who may tune into my channels, they know what I'm talking about. They know who they are and they know what I'm talking about. So when you have people who can go get a broom and sweep, can do dishes, when we got downtime, I do a lot of wiping, and I may even sweep at times for the most. And if it's strictly downtime, strictly slow, I may, tune into on my phone or whatnot, just to pass time, which I shouldn't be on the phone. But if it's dead, then I try to, when I get done doing what I do around the workplace and everybody else should be doing the same thing, I have my downtime and I may, take a time out and walk away, get some water, something like that, and be on my phone. But this particular person or two, instead of them getting a broom, a mop, dustpan, towel, wiping down, wiping off, this what they do. They choose to stare at me. Throughout the downtime, they stand in their position and just watch me. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, this is real. This is what I'm experiencing at one of my jobs. Now, I'm experiencing this at both jobs, but at one job in particular, this is what I'm talking about. Why I'm talking about it right now? Because it just happened and it's annoying. It's annoying. They stand there and just watch. And so I gave a look like, and I looked at the flow. Like, since you're watching me, watch my strategy. So I looked at them and then did all like that. Like, go get a broom. Go to work. Why you watching me? So if you want to watch me, I'm doing things in the hopes of you do the same thing since you're watching me. But see, they're not doing that. Oh, you got to catch where I'm going. They not catching my strategy since you're watching me. Okay, cool then. Well, go get a broom. Oh, okay. Well, go get a towel. Go wipe down. They don't do it. They just keep watching me. They just keep staring. So that's not even because they want to just steal my style or they learning from me. It's not even that. It's jealousy, period, of your whole being. It's your whole being. You got 4 people over there in drive-thru. You got another person over that way. You got another person in the back or whatnot. But yet you stand right there and watch me. Even during downtime when you could be doing other things and I'm doing what I'm doing and you just watch me. Now that's scary. And this dodo and another dodo in particular does it. But a third dodo do it and get mad. When they stare at me, they get mad because I'm not having a conversation with them. So I don't think it's with the other two. I don't think it's because of conversation, because they could just go on and initiate, or I guess I'm just trying to figure out why I'm teaching y'all. But see, with me, I don't talk to nobody unless you're worth me talking to. If we're talking something positive and something real, then I may go on and converse with you. But if you're not talking about nothing, I know how to withhold myself and just wait till it's time for me to clock out. I know how to maneuver around the workplace and find something to do. And like I said, if it's extremely slow when things is done, there's nothing else to do, I just, tend to my boards or whatnot. But the person in back of me, I could feel when they just stand there and stare. When I got my back turned, hoping I can get an order, this person is just standing there staring. Like they footprints is dreaded in the floor. They don't go to use the bathroom. They don't walk away to go get water because they may miss something. Oh, she just moved. I told y'all when I go duck and dodge, I catch them. And they do just like this, looking over to see me. And when they done that, I was doing something, and it's like some things that can hide you away. And I'm serious. I called her. She was between things, and I looked. And I was like, is you okay? I said, you all right? That was it. I was like, you all right? She was like, people, these demons hate us. The called out ones. These demons hate us. They want to know what we're up to. They want to know what I'm finna do. They want to know what you're about to do. They want to know. But here's the thing. They would never figure it out. They would never know unless God tells them. Just like when the legions was in the guy and Yeshua showed up, they panicked because they thought that was the time for them to be tossed into the lake of fire. And Jesus told them, no, that's not the time, and tossed them into the pigs. These demons inside of people are lurking and waiting and wanting to know, is this the time? The time is coming. The time is coming. It's not yet, but it is on its way. But let me tell you something. While you're watching me, you could be transforming and getting your mind renewed to come on the other side. Because when that time comes, you're going to wish you had a change. See, all this time that you're wasting watching the chosen ones, you can be learning something from the chosen ones and trying to change and become part of the true church. But instead, you just rather just sit here and wait till the time comes for when you toss into the lake of fire. When you're tossed into the abyss. See, watching me and not learning nothing is not good for you. That's not helping you. If you're watching me and you're learning from me, that's cool. But see, people that watch you and they don't want to do what you're doing, you got to be on the lookout for them, because those are the ones who will be plotting and planning and sabotaging. I'm just going to keep it 100. These co-workers who may talk to you and chat with you, they are not your friends. Y'all got to be careful who you're socializing with at work. When you go to work, you clock in and you work. People get mad because I'm not talking to them. Well, you're not talking about nothing. You can't make me talk to you. When you're minding your business, that's the most disturbing thing these leaders could ever be around. They don't like when people mind their business. They want to disturb what you over there doing, being at peace, because they don't know how to be at peace with themselves. When people who are not called have peace around them, they get scared. They get nervous. They get confused because they feel that something is finna go wrong. Why? Because they are wrong, period. And so they can't live within themselves when it's quiet and at peace. That's how the devil roll. When demons inside of people, there is disruptive. They rather disrupt your spirit. And so when it's so damaging with that person on the inside, they want to spread that type of hatred onto other people who is at peace. And so that's why you got to keep your guards up and throw the gray rock method at them. The gray rock method is just ignoring them. To be aware is to be alive, but ignore them, because, like I said, I can give a description on at least 3 people who stares at me. I can give all 3 descriptions on how they use their technique and how I use it back, but I do it in a smooth way. I don't be irate about it no more. I do it in a peaceful, smooth way, and they feel it too. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of them wanting to ha he with you and be phony, don't keep your guards up. Keeping your guards up is basically using the gray rock method. ignoring them, but at the same time, you got your boundary set where they can't cross it. Don't never let your boundary down, because if you let your boundaries down, they're going to start disrespecting you. They're going to take your kindness for weakness. They're going to be treating you. So always keep your boundaries up and use the gray rock method when necessarily against people who stare at you, because they're not staring at you because they like you. They're staring at you because they don't like you. Shalom.